Hello students, this is Viraj from the Actuarial Academy. Today in this video, I'm going to quickly talk about your student membership, the mails that you're getting from renewal of membership, as well as how to book your exam as a non-member. These steps are very crucial for you in order to book your exam as well as give your papers. Therefore, listen carefully. So ideally, as per IFOA, there are two ways in order to book your examination. One is through the route of membership and the another route is through non-member. So I'm just going to talk about non-member first and then I'll move to membership. It's a very simple process and you would be able to easily manage it. And I have viewed students who has taken membership or has applied paper through your non-membership program without any difficulty. So what do we mean by non-member? What do we mean by membership? So first talking about non-member, a non-member is nothing but an individual who is giving your exam for the first time. So as a non-member, you can only give two papers, CS1, that is your statistics paper, or CM1, that is nothing but your mathematics paper. So any individual who do not have an account, okay, can only become a non-member. So if you have passed any one of these examination as a non-member, then only you will be able to take the membership. And based on membership only, you will be able to give rest of the paper. It is very important to note that in case if you're non-member and you have cleared one paper, that is either CS1 or CM1, but in case you want to appear another paper and you're still not sure about whether I should do actuaries or any of those things, you cannot give your second paper in case you have cleared your first paper. So in case if you appear for CS1, then until you clear CS1, you cannot take your membership. Okay. So in case if you have passed your paper, it is very, very, very important and it is definitely a must in order to complete your membership process. Usually the membership process takes around, you can say 45 to 60 days, 2 months of your time. So it is very important to plan your membership in such a way that you would be able to book your examination. I've seen several students ideally wanted to give the paper, have applied for the membership, I guess 1, 2 weeks after the examination or maybe a bit late. They have even started preparing for the examination, but then they saw that ideally they are not able to give the examination because they did not receive membership on time. Therefore, I urge every student who has watched this video to apply for the membership as soon as you can. If you think you are going to pass the paper, okay, in that case, definitely go for membership. In case still you are just 50-50 whether or not I should take membership or I should not take membership. In that case, it is highly recommended, okay, to take the membership and then wait for the result if you are going to continue actually for the rest of your life. Or if you still have some doubt, you might have to wait till your results and then take membership. It will have a very short span of time. Okay. It could be risky in that case, like if you apply for membership after your result and the examination booking is in less than 2 months, it usually is. So for April attempt, you get your examination result in December and the exam booking start from January mid. Again, a period of 35-40 days. But however, for September attempt, you get your result in July first week and July third week it resumes for the next booking because September attempt is a shorter attempt. In that case, you would be very high chances that you won't get membership on time. Still, it's fine if you go for after result under your, you can say, April attempt, but it is not recommended to do so. Therefore, I request every student to take membership as soon as they can. Okay. Uh, so starting with how to take non-membership, this is the first thing which we are going to see. And the second thing is I'm going to show you how to take membership as well after you have given one paper as a non-member. So please wait for it. So starting with the first step, booking of examination as a non-member. This window will only open during a specific period of time. It cannot be opened or it cannot be done at any point in time. It has to be done during the exam week. So what do we mean by exam week? So ideally the booking goes on for 3.5 weeks as per the IFOA schedule. Usually the booking of an examination for the non-members starts 1 week after the start of your booking period as per given by IFOA. So the point comes in, is it very important to do it at that moment or can I do it late as per my convenience? I highly recommend After 1 week of starting the booking of the examination, we, the Actuarial Academy, will remind the student. But however, if you're not giving from the Actuarial Academy, you're not taking your training, in that case, I highly recommend please mark your date and do it at that moment itself. What do we mean by at that moment? The registration starts at 4:30 a.m. or 5:30 depending upon the India UK time differences. Sit at 6 a.m. in order to do your membership, because there's a reason to this. There are limited seats available for CS1 and CM1 examination. Though most of the students do get a chance to book their examination, but this is not the case. Okay. Ideally, I have seen some students who wanted to give examination, who did their non-membership and went 3 days delay, only 3 days delay. They were not able to book examination because they were full. So I highly recommend that students should always appear or always start the non-membership registration process on that day itself, as well as close out, okay, the membership process on the same day. So the steps are very simple. You have to first create account. How to create account? This is your first IFOA page. You will easily see create account on the first tab itself. Click on create account. It will lead you to a new page where it will give you a sign up process for IFOA online examination. Here there would be a lot of details. As you can see, the first set of details would be title, Mr., Mrs., Miss. I'll select Mr. My name is Viraj. I'll go for Viraj. Last name is Shah. I'll go for Shah. Known as, you could say, Viraj Shah. Enter your email ID. This is very important. Make sure email ID which you have written has not been used, basically not been used for any other booking of your IFO examination. Maybe you might have given to your friends or your family. Make sure it has not been used. That's the first case. The second important case is this email ID. You should know your password. I know students who then forget their email ID password. This email ID password or this email ID will remain with you throughout your actual examination. So your all the important details which comes to your examination booking, confirmation of examination, the link in order to enter the examination, the terms, condition, rules, everything comes on this registered email ID. Therefore, make sure you know your email ID quite right. So I'll just use my email ID for this matter, shah.viraj501 at the rate gmail.com. I'll confirm. I'll just copy paste this, but it's highly recommend that you type it again in order to confirm. Then you will select your password. I'm just typing any password as of the moment. Same. Then you will write your address, house name, address line 2, line 3, town, state, and your PIN code. Once everything is written, you choose your birth date. Make sure you are at least 16 years old, or else you won't be able to take a non-membership. You enter your birth date, you choose your gender, you enter your phone number. Even phone number would be very important. Ideally, because in this phone number, whatever phone number I write, in that case, this would be registered with IFOA and you will get an OTP whenever you are starting your examination. So this phone number should be very handy to you. Therefore, the mobile number should be appropriate, and home number you can write anything. That's your local residence number, your mom's number, your dad's number, anything. That is fine. So this is how, after entering all the details, that is validate your email ID, that is nothing but enter all these details, validate your email ID, creating a password, entering all your personal details like name, home address, and telephone number. Then you will complete the first step. Okay. In between this step, there is a one important point which has to be remembered, that is validation of your email ID. Once you have written your email ID, you will be given an option to validate it. After submitting this validation of your email ID, is a mail would be sent by IFOA team to your email ID, whichever you have written here. There would be a link to make sure that you have ideally validated your email ID. Click on that link, complete the validation process. Once that is done, this would be the end of your first step of your process. If in case you do not receive an email, okay, the email would be received from webcontent@actuaries.org.uk. In that case, if you do not receive, please check your junk and your spam folder. Even in that case, if you do not receive, then contact the member services. I hope you can see it towards the bottom section which has opened. Member services @actuaries.org.uk. My bad. That also after 24 hours if you do not receive. Make sure you validate your email ID. I've seen one of the cases where validation of your email ID was not possible, and the student waited till the last moment and he or she was not able to book the examination. So make sure you do it in your first day so that in case if there is a backlog or in case if there is a technical problem, you have enough time, okay, in order to ideally go to the IFOA, complain them, receive a proper email ID and complete your process. Okay. After this would be the end of your first process. After this has been completed, you will be given a declaration with respect to your annual income. As an annual income, there are two ways. You can take under annual income, you can take a reduced rate or a full rate. What do you mean by a reduced rate and what do you mean by a full rate? So ideally IFO has given a 50% off on your examination booking. So around 180 pounds would be booking for each examination. However, under full rate, it would be around 320 pounds. Okay, 320, 350, 360 pounds. So therefore, if you want to apply for reduced rate, the criteria are as follows. The first thing what you have to do is ideally your income. Your income should be less than 8,300 pounds. So what do you mean by 8,300 pounds? Annually, your gross income, not your net income, that is not after deducting your, you can say 1.5 lakh benefit as per the income tax, the NPS scheme, not after deducting any of those expenses. Your gross income should be less than 8,300 pounds. That is nothing but if we assume a conversion rate of 100, usually the pound revolves around 100. So it is 8 lakh 30,000. If your income is less than 8 lakh 30,000, in that case, okay, you can apply for your reduced rate. Remember your income, not your father's, not your mother's, or not your family's income. It's your income. Usually, as a student, we apply for reduced rate because as a student, we do not earn much, or it would be less than 8 lakh 30,000. This is what the common scenario is. But in case if you are exceeding that, then you will have to apply for a full rate. This is the next step. You will be asked a question as well as provide a declaration that there would be a tick box with your terms and conditions written here. You have to tick it that yes, I clearly certify that my income is less than 8,300 pounds. That's the first thing. The second thing is you have to upload your ITR copy. ITR copy is income tax returns copy. That is which you have basically given to your income tax department. Your father or your family must have given to your income tax department in your March. They might have filed it. So you have to give that. In case if you do not have this, in case your father have not registered any income in your name or you are below 18, you are not eligible for that. In that case, it is very important to write a letter to your CA or your lawyer and taking an appropriate signature with their letterhead, with a stamp and their signature, clearly attesting that since I'm a student and my age is below 18, I'm not eligible to fill income tax and my income is 0 rupees or whatever the amount is. In that case, clearly mention these statement, get it signed and signature by your CA and or by your lawyer. Okay, once you do that, scan it and then upload it. Okay, this is comes for reduced rate as well as your full rate. Once that is completed, this would be your end of your non-membership booking. So after this is done, there would be one small tick box where you have to tick that whether you agree to all the conditions. You have to agree and pay a 50 pound fees, which is a non-refundable fee. Okay, once you have filled that, okay, you will receive your user ID as well as your password in your email ID. You will enter that, you will log in, they will ask you to change your user ID or change your password. Password you have already set it up. Your email ID or you have to create your user ID. Once that is set up, this may or may not be given. Okay, initially before the new membership portal, they gave an email ID to basically make your password as well as make your user ID. For this attempt, I think it's the email ID that becomes the user ID. But in case if it happens, you have to do that. Okay. And then once you are logged you have to just book your examination. In order to book your examination, okay, it's a very simple process. Okay. You have to go into your My account, book your examination, and that's done. I'll just show you how to book your examination. Just let me log in my account once. Once I've logged in into my account, you'll see my account page. Under that my account page, you have to go to examination, book and examination. Right now the window is not open, therefore you won't be able to see it. Okay, but my examination, this is book and examination. You have to go into book April September examination. Okay, and book. Right now it is closed, therefore you might have an option to select which paper you want. You'll click on CS1, CM1 or CM1. Okay, because since we are just talking about non-membership right now. But if you are either a student member, okay, in that case, you'll get multiple options like CS1, CS2, CM1, CM2, CB1, CB2, CP1, 2, 3. In case if you want to book CP2, CP3 or CB3 examination, there is a different link to that. Okay, CP2, CP3 and CB3 examination. There's a different link. Everything apart from these three examinations, you can book it under this one tab. I hope everything is clear by this moment for your non-member registration as well as booking of your examination. Okay. Now let's talk about your student membership. Student membership first, who has to apply for it? One, students who think they are going to pass their examination have to apply for it. Okay, and the second case is a student who want to give another paper except for the paper they have given already. In that case, they have to select on student membership or get student membership before the examination booking. I just pause the video here. I want to ideally you can say log in into someone's account to demonstrate that if you have already given an examination, you are a non-member, okay, and you want to take a membership. In that case, what's the process? Give me 1 second. I will just resume back. I've logged in into one of my students' account. Uh, I go to membership home. Here you will see an option that you do not have any active or pending membership. You have to apply for student membership. This is how you apply. You click on apply now under this tab, student membership, or either you directly click on this. There are ideally four options which you have to fill. One is your employment details, education and qualification, application for a reduced rate, or membership declaration. Employment details, we usually are student and we have just given our first paper. So we select not working. Or if you are employed under some company, in that case you write employed. And in case if you are a business owner, in that case you write a self-employed. Remember, an internship is not employed. An internship is a contractual based agreement and does not count as an employed, not as an employed individual. In that case, if you are doing an internship, please clarify with your company that whether they have uh, wrote your name as an employee. Okay, the employer has written your name as an employee. Okay, or a contractual worker. In that case, if you're a contractual worker, still you will write not working. But in case if you are an employee, you will write employed. And if you're a business owner, write self-employed. Okay, once you fill this, go to the second tab, education and qualification. You write your subject, whether you have done your 12th or your HSC examination or clear your 11th standard, and then you select your university. We usually go for Mumbai University, Delhi, University of Delhi, and so on. Different state have different universities. So you can clearly do that. In case if you do not have your university name, you write please tick this box to add your university and add your university, okay? And please select the year of graduation. You can select the year of graduation. So year of graduation, okay? You select this. Do you have a postgraduate degree? Okay. You select yes or no. Based on that, you move to the next page. You apply for a reduced rate. Still, are you applicable for reduced rate or not? You write less than 8,300 and therefore, basically, you're applying for your reduced rate subscription. I would like to apply for your reduced rate. So yes or no. If you write no, then it's fine. You can move to the next page. If you select yes, there would be multiple options which you have to choose. First, a declaration, as I told you, that my income, including all my pension income, all my sources, your gross income is not greater than 8,300. You have to select that. Then you have to select your income. Do you have any income? No, then they won't ask you any questions. If yes, they will ask you what's your income in basically GBP, your pound. If you select no, in that case, who are your means of support? Proof of your financial support. Okay, matlab your father or your mother's support and your father or mother's income tax statement. Okay. Either they are giving by parents, sponsor, guarantor, or loan. You have to clearly mention that means of your financial support and you have to properly give your financial proof. If there is a change in circumstances, then you have to tell your IFOA that my now income is greater than 8,300 pounds and therefore I won't be eligible. You declare that you will do this. Okay. If in case it's basically basically yes, then in that case you have to convert your income into your pounds. It's better to be on a safer side and assume 5% less than what is going on in the market. We usually assume 100 and you can write your amount and your proof of income, that is your ITR statement. Once you do that, you move to your final page as your membership declaration. You move to your final page as your membership declaration, that you read this out. What are your declaration? What are your code of conduct, your offensive, protected? Are you abide by your actual code, IFOA charter, bylaws, regulation? If you want, you can just search and you can read that out. In that case, you do not have any misconduct under your name or any other professional body. You have not been excluded from a university or further education program. You do not have any criminal conviction. You have to declare this thing. I declare and then submit, and this would be your end of your basically membership from a non-member to your member. Okay. And you might have to pay some fees. Your fees for your student membership is 236 pounds. Okay. And ideally this comes out to be around 23,000. And every year in October you have to pay a renewal fee of 73 pounds, or we can say 7,300 rupees. Once this is done, you are done with your membership process from a non-member to a member. Usually the picture is a student take non-membership because people have heard actually it is a difficult course, and therefore they apply for non-member first and then go through the route of student membership. If you are doing the same, in case if you want to directly apply for membership, the process would remain exactly same. First you have to give as a non-member. Okay. Or you can directly search for student membership here. Search for student membership. You will get a student membership link. You directly apply for student membership and get your account sorted out. This is how you basically apply for your membership. And once this is done, basically they will share you an email. In an email, they might require a few more details like your proof, birth proof, or maybe like some kind of letter. Initially, before this change in membership portal, they used to ask for a letter or a declaration and having two witnesses, someone as a lawyer, your doctor, or your CA, that you are a valid person. They might also ask the same in your email ID. Once the whole process is done within like 3 to 4 weeks, or maybe even more than that, or maybe less than that, depending upon the crowd. Okay, or you can say the number of students applying for membership. You might receive it earlier or later. You will receive that your membership has been approved. Okay, and now you have to pay your fees, and there would be a link for your fees. You have to still click on that link. Okay, once you click on that link, they will open you to a portal and you can pay through a valid debit card, credit card, PayPal, or your Amex card. This is how you pay it. There is a possibility of payment through NEFT or RTGS as well, where you have to go to your bank, get a NEFT, RTGS, get a copy. You have to email them the copy, and it will get processed within 5 working days. It's better to use someone cards rather than NEFT or RTGS. Therefore, I highly recommend you do the same process. This was the end of overall the membership processes as well as booking of your examination. The booking of examination for a student member also remains exactly the same. In case if you have any queries, you are free to reach out to someone from a support staff of the Actuarial Academy. I hope you like the video. In case if you have any queries, you can just comment on the YouTube page. We'll try to respond as soon as we can. I hope you have a great day. Bye bye, guys. This was Viraj from the Actuarial Academy.